from Tine is that he actually doesn't lose the lane to anyone. Like he might not beat a lot of heroes, but
I mean,
he'll always he'll always get his farm. Yeah,
Rubik.
that's an alright pick.
Against Weaver Winter, it's quite good.
It scares me a little though, because their team fight. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I keep harping on this team fight, but usually if you're not completely sure what to pick, for example, an Undying might have been really nice.
It's very hard to pick more team fight now though, because like usually the mid hero doesn't really offer too much unless it's like a Zeus.
Yeah.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
you're,
And the cores are banned out, right? Like Terrorblade is a classic team fight core.
yeah, and then you have like maybe a faceless void, but it's
No,
also
they can't.
kind of awkward.
Yeah, look at their lineup.
Yeah, it's like, how do you get this team fight in now as paiN Gaming? It's gonna be a bit
They,
awkward.
they might end up with a really weird lineup.
Yeah.
They have hereby also revealed that Nature's Prophet is for HFN because Misery normally plays Rubik.
Yeah,
I guess King RD could also play it, right?
play the act.
No, the Rubik, I mean.
Yeah.
Or
He
either.
can. I mean, Misery usually plays it, but I've seen King RD.
They just picked the Magnus into Rubik. It's also kind of interesting.
Yes, they did.
I like that though. I don't think that you can't care too much about that stuff. You just gotta get what you want to get.
It also makes you less afraid of the
Yeah,
god.
exactly.
Whatever your carries would be,
5 seconds remaining.
making that kill.
Potentially, they could even pick PL themselves if they wanted to.
Yeah.
paiN?
No, TNC.
Yeah. No, they could.
As like a last pick or something.
Like it's not
if
amazing
through.
versus Axe, right? But
Could be a support act.
yeah, and
With
it's
TNC.
but it's not completely unplayable. Yeah.
A lot of people are surprised by how much damage PL deals to Axe in lane, actually. He has like one
Yeah.
armor, you charge on him, and you do like 100 damage.
No, you can't really lane it straight up, I think.
Yeah, no, 1v1, no. But like, if you get a good opportunity,
Yeah.
like a jungle or something,
PL's even not too bad against that. Particularly support. Kind of chip away at him.
Yeah.
It's pretty once the PL lose.
paiN has no bonus time left anymore either. The lineup is
Okay.
Kuka. I guess there's team fight.
Yeah, I like that.
That's good.
They needed some.
Who's gonna play it?
We for sure.
Yeah.
He
Uh,
plays that hero quite a bit.
So it's a tiny mid, most likely. And
Yeah.
then Magnus.
They can also switch it up and get like an Ember here. Like they're gonna see all of paiN's heroes, right?
But it's
Yeah.
Magnus offlane no matter what.
They could play
Yeah.
Gabby's a big
10
weaver.
seconds remaining.
That could be a
If they
carry
wanna play
weaver.
carry.
But carry weaver and Magnus
5
look so
seconds
like
remaining.
wood.
I guess then you.
It would work with
Really
Ember
is.
though.
Yeah.
Something Ember.
I mean, PL is still fine for them, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They can still and they can still do Ember, as I said. What else is there? Probably forgetting.
Ember. I mean, tiny with Empower. We saw what VG did with that.
TNC is also one of the few teams that actually wanted to pick OD, and they did really good in that game, even though they ended up losing it anyway because, well, that was a
0%
little bit of
win
their,
rate.
their trend.
0% win rate.
Now, for me, I would want to hear that use the stand power. I don't want to last pick a support.
I would actually really like to see Ember. I always felt like Ember does really well against Kunkka. Not
Mhm.
only in the lane, but in the game as well.
Yeah.
As well as Prophet and Ruby, they can't do anything against Ember.
No, I think it's. But the thing is, they're probably gonna rely. Like, I think they have a hard time figuring out this ban. I would
Yeah.
have to. They kind of just want to see what paiN are gonna pick. But their lineup, like, it kind of has everything, you know. Like, it has the pretty good laning heroes, and it has decent team fight. It's good pick off.
You're also just not.
Yeah.
Prophet is. Salvo is access.
Carry Prophet in a BO1 isn't that scary. Imagine the early game goes bad. Ooh. And the Bloodseeker.
Banning out a core.
Why did that happen? Doesn't strike me as particularly amazing in this game.
Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
I think it lanes very well
10
versus all these heroes,
seconds
right?
remaining.
It might hint as a
It's
towards
good.
the hero that TNC wants to
I know. I
pick
play
too.
Wyvern, and I know it's
5
it's
seconds
annoying to play
remaining.
Wyvern versus Bloodseeker a
Also
lot of
hint
the time.
to
paiN Gaming's turn
Yeah.
to TNC
They banned the PL.
There is the
Ooh,
Spectre.
Spectre.
No, that's cool. Now they
Okay.
really backed up their team fight here.
Yeah.
It's a really good hero. This.
Do you like the lineup of paiN?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it might be a cool aspect here that I haven't thought about.
What is kind of the plan that paiN wants to have with the heroes they have?
All right. So I mean, the idea, right, is I'm guessing now that the Prophet is.
Prophet
10
4x3.
seconds remaining.
I mean, I think
Probably.
it's a Mystery Prophet, and he's just gonna help
Yeah,
the
like
Spectre in
5%.
lane.
Okay.
And then
5
when the lane, like
seconds
eventually
remaining.
Prophet isn't that strong in lane, and he's gonna TP out. and
Spectre
it's gonna
Prophet
start ganking.
gonna have a lot of teamfight presence as well. A lot of
Yes.
teamfight damage now. Whereas they were lacking it before, now they really have a strong team fight.
It looks good. It looks
Alright.
Yeah. Much more comprehensive.
Last hero for TNC then.
Is it going to be Ember?
And they could do a Juggernaut or something.
Ooh, that's a
Huskar.
Huskar.
Ooh, that's that. I mean, it's not the melee here from Power, but I mean, this is TNC's way. They love the
Yeah.
early game.
Yeah.
They love the lane.
And it crushes Kunkka.
And we saw, yeah, we say that, but we saw that before with it was Fata playing.
Yeah, but then he ran away, right? The Kunkka ran away level 6 and started
Yeah.
ganking instead.
Isn't Axe pretty good against Huskar?
He can be if he gets farmed.
Yeah. A farmed X is
Actually-
really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Against it.
depends though. Like he gets a lifesteal talent eventually. He has his inner vitality.
Hard to call, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fata, when he played this, was level 6 against. And it's more like one of those heroes is static, the other comes to lane.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. The production has decided that you guys are up first with deciding who's gonna take the
10
one and
seconds
only game.
remaining.
I actually
yeah.
I like paiN. I just haven't seen this Huskar do it much.
No, I just feel like TNC is not... Like, they've already had so many problems closing out games, I don't think they can do it. And the Spectre is just going to like, get too fat. And
Alright,
I don't believe in TNC in this game. I'm going to go paiN.
one for paiN.
I'm going paiN.
Two for paiN.
The same reason.
Not some region that invented Huskar. Southeast Asian Dota. They took it to Frank, the very first one. Havoc there.
I know that there's a lot of people out there that want to believe together with you. Both teams actually have massive fan bases out there, so hold on to your seats. It is best of one time, elimination time for one of these two teams, and the people bringing you this match are none other than ODPixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, an exciting best of one on our hands here between these two teams. And it's a very sort of exciting couple of drafts. We're getting sort of Kunkkas in, we're getting Magnus's, and then a Huskar sort of slapped in at the end of it all, and a bit of a different one. I mean, this is a Magnus lineup. He's only got one melee sort of hero around him, the Tiny that he can buff up to get the cleave. So it's a little bit of a different one. You know, that they may not have expected that Huskar to sort of come in as the 5th pick. I mean, the question is, are they prepared for it? Is this a game where we're going to see the Huskar just run over a side, or do they have ways to deal with a Huskar strat?
He could run over if he just crushes this lane, but I think the X factor could really be Misery, right? Like, I think a Nature's Prophet TP, if a Huskar gets kind of low just from a couple cleaves, could maybe be the thing to turn the tide of that mid lane, though. I've seen this mid lane a few times, this Huskar versus Kunkka, and yeah, you usually outlevel and kind of crush the Kunkka unless you get some help. How are these lane setups going to be? So they've got Spectre set up for bottom. Also, by the way, it's a 5-position Tiny, so the only one that they can actually empower is a 5-position Tiny. They can just give damage to the rest of them, but yeah. A little bit strange to see them pick the Magnus also into the Rubik, right? So it gives the Rubik a potential for a much better game for King RD, and I think he could be huge for this team. If he gets this like BKB piercing lockdown, they have so many different ways to set up their fights too on this Rubik. Yeah. Like, I think Misery early game, he'll probably be the X factor for this Nature's Prophet just to make sure they can solidify the lanes. But then mid game, I think for paiN, he's going to be watching King RD. What spells he can steal. If he gets just like Shikuchi, he's able to steal an RP from good positioning. Could be pretty massive for them. On the side of TNC,
The battle begins.
I mean, they've got this Huskar that could just run away with the game. They've even got a save for him. So sometimes we've been seeing this Huskar lately without a save. They have the Wyvern, which can actually act as that.
True,
Protection for
and
him.
also down the line, depending on how the Weave wants to build, you know, you never know, it might get an Aghanims online in the later stages, and you've got that secondary save from the time-lapse also, which is very, very hard to play against.
So we're saying, you know, Misery, he is probably the X factor in the laning phase, and this is what he's trying to go for here to set up his Kunkka for success in the lane, but TNC, they seem aware.
Playing it cool, and not moving the courier down the lane for now.
Treants look like they're going to actually just walk him in and start helping right away. This is kind of what I expected him to do. Just put the pressure onto the Huskar right from the start. Extra physical damage. Anything to try to give your Kunkka a better start in that laning phase. Bottom, let's see. So Tiny Magnus versus Rubik Spectre. Spectre should get some farm down here. It is going to be an empowered Tiny though. So even though it is a 5 position, his damage is pretty good. 77 with 15 on top, 92. Easy.
See, Tim's come over to the mid lane as the Wyvern.
Yeah.
make sure that Armel, you know, he can sort of have an okay time in the first few levels.
Yeah, I like this rotation. Just, he understands. All right, Furion comes here. I'm going there mid too, because Weaver should be able to have a fine type versus Axe. Axe at one point will probably just walk and pull the creep waves into neutrals anyway, even if he's in the top lane. But Weaver, Gabby, very comfortable in this matchup. It's actually like playing these like high base damage heroes versus Axe when you're ranged doesn't feel that bad. Like the battle hunger can be a bit annoying sometimes, but Axe only has like one armor. Oh my god.
Archangel, he was trying to... I mean, I guess he's trying to dive on them. I mean, they're not really low HP.
I mean, he got skewered.
Yeah, he did.
Has to be careful
Cuckoo
of
getting
that.
a grab on him. Yeah, he can't come anywhere near that tower, otherwise he's going to get sucked straight into it.
The King RD has to spam Fade Bolt in this lane to reduce their damage, because that's actually the big problem is Spectre has 51 base damage, Magnus has 64 without Empower, Tiny has 80 without Empower. So yeah, King RD really has to try to secure those lasts. They have to like manipulate the wave a little bit too. I actually think pulling like a creep wave behind a tower could be an option. Oh, Courier? Oh, no, Misery. Oh, he was so close. He went the opposite way.
Double damage.
That's mid lane CS. Pretty even at the moment between Weehar and Armel.
You know, I was saying Spectre should be able to farm down here. I take that back actually. Magnus and Tiny it's too much base damage. It really is. And Rubik doesn't contribute that much. He can throw the Fade Bolt to try to help, but yeah, there's way too much base damage. I take that back completely.
I mean, what do you do about this? Can you sort of swap the lanes up if you're paiN? Or do you just sort of have to accept the fact that the Spectre's going to have a tough start?
I think they're just going to accept the fact and then try to get their Axe off to a good one. So he can at least get a Blink Dagger early and try to make plays around the map. Or try to just get tanky early on as RD will just get tossed and he's dead.
Alright, 2 kills so far.
This is problematic already. Their Axe already, like we said, he's going to start cutting creep wave because he can't just contest in lane versus that Weaver. But mid's going to start getting worse and worse. Bottom's going to get harder. They have to bring Misery. Like we said, it's a lot based on how much Misery's movements to see how he can solidify their lanes. And now Ninja Boogie, he's actually looking for Tavo here. Gabby's there. He doesn't have... Okay, he does have a Mango. He can use the Swarm if he wants to. He's not using it, though.
Top tower is under
Oh, he doesn't seem to want to commit with Ninja Boogie.
Oh, now he used it, though. Okay.
Oh. I mean, there was six stick charges on the Axe, but still could have potentially been a kill.
Didn't want to miss all the last hits under the tower, I guess. Yeah.
Bottom, Cuckoo.
He's dragging Misery.
He gets it perfect, but Misery with the TP.
Oh, he lives 20 HP or something, or 12 HP.
That was close. Good play from Cuckoo there.
That was dangerously close.
Gotta be careful. The mid lane.
It's like we said, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder for Weehaw. Getting levels though. He's hit 4 already from that help that he got from Misery at the start, but level 4 is now already on Huskar, so those Fire Spears actually really start to hurt. Level 2 and 3 Burning Spears are really the problem when you go lane versus that. The dagger actually off the mark on the Magnus. Are you gonna throw him back? Keep that harassment going. Tavo's got this extra regen at least, but still, like we were talking about, only 2 armor on that Axe versus a 86 damage Weaver.
Radiant are scared.
Can be a bit problematic as Ninja Boogie's looking to set up for him here. He's got a Mango too, so he's got both spells. Rune's coming out. Weaver's gonna rotate over. So is Misery though.
Ninja Boogie will secure the top bounty rune.
Oh, Gabby ditched him.
Yeah, he totally has. Ninja Boogie does get a little toss, but yeah, with the battle hunger on him, not really anything that can save this time. Tick down, Tavo gets the first kill for paiN Gaming this match. It's now 2-1 between the two of them.
Gabby doesn't even tip him or anything. Oh, Gabby's like, I'm sorry. There's too many creeps in the lane. There's a bounty rune. Apologies, sir.
Tavo. Nice and aggressive. Popping the Mango there as he did see if he could close the gap for a call. He's quick enough to get away. Bottom lane.
Spectre's catching up a little bit in last hits, but he's having to spend so much money on regen, and now...
trouble here as well with the wraparound from Ninja Boogie. Skewer to slow him down. And the right clicks from this Tiny with his tree will secure another kill. This bottom lane.
It's a problem. They have Weaver free farming, they have Huskar free farming, Magnus having a great time too, and their Kunkka, he's not really getting much of anything. Now is the time where he's level 4 to the level 6, just like, you know, Gods was saying he saw this matchup earlier, or yesterday, or the day before, and it was the same exact thing when Fado was playing it. This gets far too difficult even if he gets some help. And now rotations are coming. Magnus is sitting down bottom alone for the time being because he's got this empowered, he's got the higher base damage versus Spectre. And they're looking to threaten kills. They spot that Weeha's getting an invis rune top. But they're prepared for a kill on him anyway. They want to try. They have a sentry.
Oh, Weeha's getting greedy with that positioning.
They have a sentry.
He is charging straight in. And that is going to cost him his life there. Weeha beaten down.
Under attack.
TNC continue to have a very good hold of all three lanes, coming out on top in CS. This is a rough start from paiN.
Yeah, how's their axe doing? So Tavo at least almost has the Vanguard, powers the levels as well. Alright, the levels aren't really quite there, the Fury on it. They're going to need the Nature's Prophet as well as the Spectre to get some decent level 6 timing. So when the Kunkka does hit 6, they can like just triple pop ultis and then they can look to set up for kills. But at this current moment, it's already 2k gold lead and near 3k experience lead. This is not the start paiN wanted at all versus this Huskar lineup, which can just snowball out of control.
Angel. To be so careful down there. Anytime sort of Ninja Boogie shows his face, Vector has to back right up. They've got a lot of disable and control between the Tiny and the Magnus.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane. Look at the go on to Tavo. Tavo does get the call off onto Gabby. Telekinesis as well to continue to disable them. Gabby trying to remove the battle hunger and will do so. Kuchi off as well will keep Gabby alive for now as he hides in the trees. Tavo getting slowed and hurt by the Splinter Blast. Tims will try for the Golden Embrace, but with the Fade Bolt from King RD, paiN do claim the kill on Tim.
Close to them getting both of them too. That dunk was very close to bringing down Gabby.
Ku trying for a bit of a grab there onto Archangel, but Archangel able to just get himself far enough away. Taking that illusion rune. Going to, as I say, be a slow start for both Weeha and Archangel this match. As Weeha getting very, very poor at the moment. Only 16 CS and level 5. It's going to be a slow game for the Kunkka.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have a rough one. Their lineup is poised around getting to the late game, right? They've got a Spectre, they've got this Axe, they've got this Nature's Prophet. They just need to get to that point, but right now it's looking very problematic for them. As Misery, he's top. He's under pressure though. Gabby, more than enough damage.
And look for more hits, Tavo.
He's got a Vanguard, so he's pretty durable.
Mid lane though, the wraparound's coming again from Ninja Boogie. As Armel and Ninja Boogie take down Weeha. The life of the Kunkka not getting any sweeter this game, as it's getting to the point where both there's a Tiny and a Rubik in this game that are close to overtaking the net worth of this Kunkka. A very rough start for Weeha.
Very rough start all around. Misery now bottom shows up. They have a hunt. They're going to try to go for Ninja Boogie. They should be able to get him with Archangel here. Skewer away.
Doesn't matter if the tower was there. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to kill in return.
But Cuckoo's turning on him.
Cuckoo's got RP.
Oh.
Yeah, Archangel has to be careful.
Pump fake.
Stick charges.
And now I can just keep the spam going. And Archangel, he's going to get pushed out of this lane. The bottle, bounty runes are coming up.
Let's see. Cuckoo should be able to grab them. Oh, yeah, he's in, he's got it.
He's got the Quelling Blade. Now he might, he's getting surrounded, but Ninja Boogie's here.
They can turn towards King RD with the Avalanche. Cuckoo. Oh, tossed in. Closing the gap. Doesn't want to blow RP for just the Rubik, so we'll skewer to safety. Weeha was heading over as well. Cuckoo keeps himself out of harm's way. And I have the range, of course, to get the X onto him.
They're trying everything they can on paiN to try to make sure that Archangel can farm, but he gets hit by like 2 shockwaves and he just has to leave the lane. Now they're trying to give a bit of experience for Misery. I mean, they need to try to get their level 6s on these 2 supports for paiN to really have much of an option. I think Archangel has to just go top. Problem is that laning versus a Weaver who's this farmed is also very difficult. Doesn't have a place to be on the map as the Spectre right now. As anywhere he goes, he'll just get pushed out of lane. A very early tier 1, 5k gold lead, 10 minutes, TNC with their Huskar, with their early game draft. The pressure is working.
Absolutely crushing it so far, TNC. This is a fantastic showing for them in this opening. 11 minutes, as you say. Huskar with his armlet. Kuku, 1300 towards the Blink Dagger. Top lane, KingRD starting to play around with Gabby, but Gabby's got the time lapse.
Gabby?
Continuing to search. KingRD with the stolen Shikuchi. Will be fine. Gets himself away from the rotation of TNC.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The playmaking is severely sacrificed so far for paiN because, you know, the playmaking really comes out from the Kunkka early on. But when he gets his lane completely shut down, it makes it a lot harder. So now the next big play for them is get these level 6s on their supports, which they already have on the Rubik, of course, but get 6 on Furion and get Axe a Blink Dagger. Tavo needs to find that space to farm. Archangel just has to play extremely defensively until that point. Just thinking if they can contest the first Rosh that's going to be coming pretty soon. If they have the Axe Blink Dagger, they can. I think without it, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to really get into that pit.
Yeah, unless they just want to sort of lead in with an aggressive Haunt or just sort of have Misery run it, someone to just sort of kick it off.
Yeah, the thing is that it's like sometimes with these type of drafts, that the Huskar can drop low while doing it, but if they have a Winter Wyvern there with Cold Embrace, he can just tank it for him. And bottom,
They get a touch onto Tavo.
Oh, he can't die here. If he dies, it's going to be so painful.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's trying to run, but there's 4 heroes upon him. Kuku skewers forward.
And Gabby gets a solo kill on Weeha in the meantime.
Oh boy. TNC looking very, very nice so far. This 12 minutes in, 9-3, 4K lead. And Armel and Gabby in prime position at the top of the net worth. It's going to be a rough one for paiN to turn around.
Yeah. That slows down the Blink Dagger a heavy amount. They've given Misery a lane, so now he's level 6, but this Nature's Prophet, ideally you want him to try to secure your lanes. It did not happen this game. It was too difficult for Misery to really be able to because of the draft that Predator went for.
KingRD with a wraparound top.
They should be able to get Tim's here.
They've got eyes on him. And KingRD coming in with a Shikuchi. Tims?
Give it a Spectre.
Okay, he'll live a little bit.
They gotta give it a Spectre. Yeah, they will. They gotta pretty much give every single kill that he shows up for to him. Weeha mid, we'll get the boat out, but he's being chased. It actually connects on Ninja Boogie. Will he toss in Armel? He's putting a ward down for it.
Oh, very nice. Getting that vision. Weeha does have the roam on him though. And that damage reduction will be enough to keep him safe. As he survives top lane, Gabby was looking for Archangel, but he gets held in place by the Sprout, and that will allow Archangel to get back to safety. Whilst this all goes on though, Kuku finds the space to finish off that Blink Dagger, so Blink Dagger now on the Magnus.
He's got it before the Axe actually finishes it by a good margin. Tavo still 900 gold away. So the initiations already were pretty easy for TNC. Now it's going to come a lot more naturally with this. As Weeha gets found.
Yep, is found by Ninja Boogie, and Ninja Boogie swiftly tosses him into the hands of Armel's Huskar.
KingRD immediately sets up to try to cut some waves here with that Shikuchi. Pretty low on mana though. He only has one more. But he will get that whole wave. So instead, we see TNC. They're just like, okay, we already have Gabby pushing top. We'll go for that one. And Tavo just desperately trying to find Blink Dagger. The rest of the moves just for paiN are, they're impossible without Blink on Axe. They could look to make one if an overextension happens from TMC, but they are not doing so right now. 10-4, 15 minutes going to be coming around, so they're going to look to secure those bounty runes. The ping's already coming out. paiN want to secure at least the 2 on the bottom side.
One good fight, and getting the Spectre roll could do it.
TNC, they want the runes instead.
Kuku pops an RP, takes the runes away from Tavo, and drags Tavo back towards Armel. There'll be a toss forward. Tavo tries for the TP out, but with the avalanche from Ninja Boogie, there's no escape for Tavo.
And Misery TP down bottom too. They seem to be aware of this. They were pinging him out for a moment, but he is going to try to hide trees for a bit. Who's going to farm this camp? He does not know. But now top. Weeha getting stalked again by Gabby. Every single time they walk out, TNC just has so much control and such easy ways to pressure now. Weeha is bottom 4 net worth.
There's the boat buff on him and TP's out. It'll take a lot of time for Weeha to be any sort of presence in this game. At the moment, really, it is just going to be the buff that's going to be the huge play from him if he can keep the Spectre alive. And the axe as well, just allowing sort of Tavo and Archangel to do damage in the fight.
They're just not gonna have. They're not gonna have damage for Armel though. Like their physical damage is already so limited because you know Kunkka, he can do good damage if he gets to the point where he's strong enough. But Weehaw is just so shut down. He's about to get level 10 for that talent, but they're already killing the Roche. Spectre looks like he's going for the Yasha, so he can try to get like a little bit of that damage in the early game. But the rest of them, they don't contribute enough. They don't contribute pretty much anything versus this Armel Huskar. 8k gold advantage, and it just continues to increase. Weehaw trying to get any cheap items possible, going for the drums this game. Not something we see so often anymore. We used to see like the double bracer quite a lot. But Weehaw's just trying to get anything he can possibly get as he's 0-4-0 in this game because of that real tough lane that he's put in. He at least has a Yule's finished. So you see him. He's been addressing the lanes. He's taking the risky farm because he keeps stealing Sakuchi.
Damn, look at that. I mean, Dota Plus, we knew it loves Spectre. But giving paiN Gaming a favorable chance to close this game. It's slowly slipping away though. As we'll see another catch here from Ninja Boogie. Gets the connection onto King RD with the combo.
Did it really say that? It really does. It says 57% still for Dire. This is a 5. Well, it was a 5-position Tiny, but this Tiny, who's a support, has a Blink Dagger too, so he can look to set up on these squishies.
It really likes Spectre.
That's pretty wild. They've got Blink on Tavo now. All right, Blink on Tavo. Do they have Nature's Prophet ulti? They don't, but they have Spectre Hunt. So who can he find? Weaver's pretty tanky. Magnus is pretty tanky. Huskar's pretty tanky. Tiny's pretty tanky. There's not a lot of good options for the Axe to actually find, even if he's able to. The next goal, of course, will be that Blade Mail, which they're definitely going to need for the damage. But now, TNC, it's time to control the map fully. Since they have that Aegis, let Armel take all the last few towers. And top, Ninja Boogie finds a solo kill. Support Tiny, early Blink Dagger. These heroes are food. Rubik, Nature's Prophet, easy kills for him to set up on constantly. Archangel's just going for full early game. So Yasha into Blade Mail.
Yeah, he needs something that they can sort of maybe put together a team fight together with. Otherwise, the base is just going to get run over. He doesn't have the time to sort of go for those bigger items straight up. They need something, and they need it as soon as possible. paiN Gaming.
They're trying to pressure any type of towers that they can, any gold that they can get. Even if they lose one of these supports or two, they just need to get some type of map control and some type of gold going toward this. But we see Tims. He ports the tier 2, setting up so his teammates can port the tier 1 quickly. We see the Magnus already coming in. RP on 2.
He does. He gets the both of them, skewers them back, and that has the rest of the team. The boat will be coming out. The Winter's Curse holds them to the side. Tavo getting a little bit of damage onto Armel, but it's not enough. Azana will stay alive. Misery tried to TP out, but he'll burn out before he's able to escape. He's dead. The horn comes out from Archangel as Archangel does manage to get himself out of there. paiN Gaming, they will just lose 2. Could have been a whole lot worse.
Oh, they're gonna get the tower denied as well.
Oh, okay. That does make it quite a little bit worse as well. So that tower that they were struggling to find, as you said, just desperate to get some sort of golden objective. It's going to be cut down by TNC, limiting the gold. The paiN will gain from that. Huge lead still being held very strongly by TNC.
Dota Plus shifted now. After that one, it did.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay.
It's like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Ninja Boogie gets the toss back. Weehaw again.
Oh no! Weehaw. What's the KDA on the Kunkka at the moment?
0-5-0.
0-5-0. It's not been a good game for Weehaw. He's been put in a tough position for sure.
I mean, they tried to help him too, right? Like Misery tried to go for the career snipe. He tried to give a hand mid lane, but TNC, they were prepared. And Ninja Boogie goes for the toss back. Ninja, oh, he actually catches King RD. He's got the heals though.
It's not going to save him though.
He's not at all.
As TNC.
They're already hitting high ground.
They are. I mean, what are paiN Gaming going to do?
Throw some daggers.
What do you do about this?
Where's Tavo?
You're losing your axe.
They need
20
Tavo.
minutes in.
Oh no, Archangel. HFN's already giving the well plays.
He is, and that's not a happy well played.
No, has he queued up the Midases yet? No, he's still got the...
And that's when you know he's really
that's
not
when you know
happy.
HFN's really been upset.
As Armel just jumping in onto Misery, takes another. Back to the racks.
They just took... They They wrote the time.
What were they running the
That's
time
the
on?
Aegis timer.
Oh.
So 20 seconds till Roche, till that Aegis goes down, but they've already claimed the racks. 21 minutes.
Oh no, look who they've found outside of the base. Archangel. He's been found. They don't even need an RP. As they'll just give him the horn with the skewer.
And they're looking for more. Ermal walking toward mid. Aegis will get reclaimed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
So
no.
full heal, and they've got wards already placed around the outside the base too. So paiN, they're getting suffocated completely, and it's
I mean, it really has to be every
Boy.
team's sort of worst nightmare, isn't it? And you're in a best of one knockout game, and then you see a 5th pick Huskar come through against you. It's got to be a pretty rough feeling at the moment on the side of paiN Gaming, but for TNC, you know, smiles all around. You get the Huskar in, you're like, oh, you got a great chance. And as we're seeing from this first 20 minutes of play, TNC, I mean, not just the mid lane, just all across the map, they are playing absolutely perfectly, as paiN Gaming are struggling to keep up.
yeah, they got the lane set up they wanted.
Yeah.
They adjusted really quickly when they saw paiN making the moves around. They got their Weaver super farmed. Everything is going perfect for TNC.
You just got to be really aware of these cheese picks in the best of ones.
Yeah, and now
Otherwise they can just knock you straight out of the competition.
Yeah, and Cuckoo, he's itemizing, you know, like the ideal way that I've been seeing these Magnuses go for. You get your Blink, you go for like these Guardian Greaves, if you want like a Crimson Guard if the game suits for it, or a Pipe. So just tanking everybody up, and we already saw paiN. They don't have damage in their lineup. They don't have the Blade Mail on the Axe still. And TNC, they're not slowing down. This Huskar has 3,500 HP at
massive.
the 22-minute mark.
Absolutely massive. 8-0-2 arm out. It's down the bottom lane they go. What do they do to get him off this tier 3 tower? The options are incredibly limited.
Everyone's there for TNC. This is the secondary racks.
I mean, everyone's there for paiN Gaming, but everyone on paiN Gaming, even as a 5-man, there's just nothing they can do.
Misery steps up a bit far, has to be very careful. Doesn't have any earn charges. Okay, they've got Blade Mail on Spectre.
Tabo. He's going to jump in, but there's a cold embrace. Ninja Boogie comes in with the combo onto Misery. Misery falls. We'll get the boat down and out onto Onabama. Simply jumps across it straight on top of Weeha. There'll be a buyback from Misery, but Weeha's dead for 45 seconds. Does not have the money for buyback. Not that
They
matters.
call it.
And indeed, GG is called. They'll tap out paiN Gaming as TNC take a nice, solid, quick victory here in the best of one, and will be able to themselves continue their hopes and dreams here at the Kuala Lumpur Major. But for paiN Gaming,